Hey everyone, welcome back to UMG Atlanta. Of course, thank you guys so much for tuning in back at home. A lot of cool things going on this weekend here on the right. We actually have AGL going on. They have their Halo tournament, which is awesome. We had Gandhi and Maven actually come through here and have some guest casts.
That was funny.
Which was hilarious. So if you haven't checked that out, you got to go back. And you got to watch that rebroadcast because that was absolutely hilarious. But now we have Rambo here, dropping knowledge for everyone. Fwiz took off the laser on his gun, so I think he might actually be a good player now.
Big Turner said he's keeping his to the retain top place, and they're a little low blow from the William, but it's okay. I guess he learned how to play Minecraft. It's okay.
Oh,
it's okay.
Snap.
It's all good.
Oh, man, nothing but love for you, Will. And, of course, for Fwiz, we hope that your laser, your removal of laser really helps your gameplay. But with that said, we have Yemen Hardpoint coming up next between these two amazing teams, UNiTE and Epsilon. Epsilon just took the CTF game, Rambo. Now we have Hardpoint Yemen. What do you expect? Who do you call for?
I mean, Epsilon has been one of the best Yemen teams since the game has come out, but Nameless, I think this is one of Nameless' favorite maps. Every time we play Nameless on this map, he really understands the anchor of this map, even though he's not anchor for his team anymore. I'm sure he gave insight to whoever's anchor for his team now, so I'm really looking forward to Nameless. I really feel like John's going to be really the big guy because the person on the hill does a lot on this map. He has, especially for Church, obviously one of the biggest hills. Church, Treehouse, big hills that the submachine gun player on the hill will have a lot of insight and a lot of say in what happens on the map. So
yeah,
pretty much the main sub players, John and Nameless, I feel like will have the biggest take on who wins this map.
Yeah, and I hope that they are able to step it up here so we can get an awesome Game 5, of course, and Embo's on his screen. He's been quiet, man. He hasn't really done all that much. Was really looking for him to step it up as well in that CTF game, and just was not the case. He's been struggling a lot ever since that Hardpoint game. He had a good run at the start, and then hasn't been able to get his bearings together in this matchup. Hopefully this is the game to do it. It's Hardpoint once again, so let's see. Nameless with a big kill there as a rotation should begin here for Treehouse in about 5 seconds.
Nameless should have stopped, though. Nameless actually pushed the bottom off the spawn, which is the correct decision to do there. But he kind of forced Epsilon to give up the top two, which made a big difference. But as you see, Parasite here has full streaks. Not full streaks, but 2 streaks. Actually, the full streak is actually really big on this map. It doesn't really that much of a difference on the other maps.
And
but
he got it.
Big flank there from Parasite, gets 2 kills, and that's 3 down. Full map control. Epsilon is taking off now, and this is the terrain that you don't want to be facing right now.
Yeah, this is tough. You know, Parasite with a War Machine, not good. But then you got to factor in he has that Hellstorm, he has the Lightning. That's going to come out at any point in time, and I don't even think UNiTE's ready for it. But Parasite just dominates there as he does manage to take out 8 kill spree for Parasite as he's getting support on all angles from his teammates. This is exactly what we want to see from Parasite at this point in this matchup.
So the reason why I was saying full streaks is really important because the War Machine is actually the best gun to break Churchill with.
Yeah.
So if actually they get a big lead, if they can control the Treehouse, which they should technically because they have streaks, they can actually kind of afford to lose a rotation for Church and still get a good chance of breaking the hill and getting map control. And I mean, I don't see this stopping right now. Parasite's making a good play towards the Church, hotel side, but they do not get it. And actually, UNiTE has some good map here, some good presence on the map as they control Church side. It's going to be above the streaks, and we see Parasite here call the first streak. That's going to be 2 down, and there goes the hill for them.
Yep, and they are going to be able to hold this one down. And I want to point out Miracles also has streaks too. And Miracles just took actually 2 out and then 1 with his own gun. So Miracles getting a 3-piece there. Here comes another Hellstorm. Now, would you have called that right now?
No, not at all. Unless, I mean, if he's being greedy and he's like really close to getting more streaks, maybe. But even then, I never feel like that's a good choice to do. I'd rather just stack my streaks and make sure I have my streaks than do that. So.
And Parasite actually busts out the War Machine right now. So they don't have that Church, but they are going to begin the movement there. So it seems like he just wanted to make sure he took it out. So they wouldn't like expect him inside of the hill. I don't know. Maybe that was the approach he had there.
So we see here UNiTE actually getting some good map control here. They're actually forcing Epsilon to spawn purple side, which is something I feel that's really good for any UNiTE's position right now. Is really good because right now Epsilon is forcing to push the back. When they have the utilities like the War Machine actually break through the front. Yeah. So they're actually going to force spawns, which is a good thing to do. We see UNiTE being someone's mid-map on UNiTE, which is really out of position right now. UNiTE's practically playing 3v4 right now. As you see, there's not even a kill made, and UNiTE pretty much lost spawns. Yeah. Which is obviously something you never want. But Nameless is on the hill with a Scorpion. Really stay on board here with Nameless and really see if his team's going to come back here, he needs to go big.
Yep, but Nameless actually, Embos is still on the hill. Bear that in mind. MSMC shots coming in for Embos, but that War Machine's going to be coming through. Parasite gets taken out. Stray grenade cleans up. Ricky with a two-piece of his own. We're going to go ahead, hop on board with him, see what he's going to do here. They need every single second at this point in time because 105 to pretty much like halfway, they got to make their way out. It's going to be tough.
They got a lot of church time there, which is good. So they came back. They're going to be 30-something seconds left. And a lot of streaks were used, which is the good part, the good news for them. Also, the bad news is more that Nameless was on the hill. As we saw Nameless die, it wasn't that big of a deal for the hill, but he was 1 kill away from streaks, which is really what the factor was on that. And you really want streaks snowball in this game. So if you get streaks, it allows you to get more time, and there are more streaks, and so on and so forth. It just kind of like racks up. Oh my God, Nameless went big there. And he's pretty much 1 kill away. This will probably give him streaks and one more kill. One more kill, actually, and he gets streaks. And a big play here from Nameless. I feel like the Hellstorm should have been going for him, but they should call out that he's actually close. And I don't like how he's looking for it really bad here.
He's hunting.
He is on the hunt. And he's actually going to get one, and he's going to get streaks off that. Huge plays by Nameless. A little bit of roam there, which was a bit crazy. But as you see, UNiTE is right back in this game. It's going to be a 10-second game, and they might actually take the lead off. So.
A lesson there, guys. It's okay to go after it sometimes, but oftentimes you just kind of want to take it easy. But Nameless is going to be fully streaked out, and, man, he busts out the War Machine right now. What do you think about that?
Shouldn't be using the War Machine. Like I said, it's really like that's your church lifeline. That's really what you want to be using for everyone at home that's watching. If you lose church, you can actually have a chance of breaking through the front. Like, obviously, this is not your main objective.
Yeah.
It's to just rely on that. But if your first objective is getting spawned is actually a failure, then you still have a good shot at it.
Yep, and Nameless here, he's on a tear, but unfortunately, he's going to get taken out as we jump on board Ricky. Ricky, though, that was a bad time. He ended up killing his own teammate. Actually, no, he didn't. Actually,
he did. No, he killed Saints.
Okay, so now Ricky, he's going to get dropped here as we jump over with Nameless once again. He's going to be using that War Machine, and he still has streaks. Embos has streaks too.
Yep.
So that's going to help them out quite a bit as well, especially in this mid-hill, not allowing the guys in Epsilon to get any kind of time whatsoever. If they're smart about it, they can hold this down without a doubt.
Some really good plays here from UNiTE. It's really important to notice that they have top control. Now they got to make sure that they don't let Epsilon push through the right side of the map. You see, they're kind of like all going through the treehouse already, which is good. But if you give up the backside, it's actually really bad for them, and that's not something that's going to help them. But some big kills by Embos here. He's actually playing smart and going for more. Stopping on the hill there would have been a decent choice, but his teammates weren't there yet. But actually, maybe in this situation, and actually we see a player on UNiTE actually just spawned on the bottom side of the map. Ricky's going to have to go big here. That's this huge kill up top. His teammates now should keep getting good spawns. We saw this last player spawn a statue, which is a really important happen. A streak was used. Not necessarily completely agreeing with it, but if whatever they feel at this point, they're maybe getting a bit antsy. The game's coming to the stage right now.
Yep, but now we're going to jump on board with Saints here. He's going to try and stay alive. One player pushing in. He gets dropped. Embo's here on your screen. Nades flying in, of course, as Epsilon. They're going to continue to apply the pressure. It's 129 to 124, guys. This game is within a spitting distance of each other. That's how crazy it is. This is the lifeline of UNiTE right here, right now. But Epsilon, they want to just close this one out. They have their eyes set on the prize. Ricky, he's going to have to back up here. And they still have their streaks. That's the one thing that's going for them here. It's such a close game. That's something that's working out in their favor.
Yeah, it's really important. And it's also the point that I don't think Nameless has much left War Machine at all. And there you go. He has none. So that's going to be a big factor for Church. As much as they're down.
Does anyone on Epsilon have streaks, I wonder?
They're down. No, they don't have. They used everything earlier. So they're down 20 right now, but they still have full map control and they have streaks. A lightning strike was used there, which again, like they have map control. They seem really scared right now. They're not playing with much confidence. So we see Ricky again using both streaks there. I think they still have a Hellstorm left, a lightning streak, and that Hellstorm that actually didn't kill anything. But we still them getting some good time on this. So this is going to be probably Epsilon's last push at trying to break this. And next, probably on the spawns here, they should be going for Church. Church is going to determine who wins this game.
Yeah, it's going to be an insane hill there, as it seems like Epsilon have managed to get control, and now you're like shaking your head, Nameless, using that lightning strike. Not the smartest thing as they open it up. That's only going to give you about 18 seconds there, and he's going to get picked off. So they're not even going to get that time. That was a wasted score streak.
It pretty much was, and Nameless is now just died off spawn, was not patient, and actually spawned purple, which is going to give Epsilon the favorable spawns here. So Epsilon in a great position for this, so they're going to get it back. Even though they don't have any players on the hill, I mean, the only way UNiTE's coming on top here is they go really clutch on this hill. They need to get some really big inside the hill kills. As you see, they're being surrounded right now.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of pressure coming in here as they're going to get shut down. Saints is done, and Epsilon have gained control there. They're going to own this time. Here comes some nades flying in, though, as we're going to take a look at Ricky and company. Nameless pushing in. He's going to get stopped right away. Ricky gets plugged as well. Embo's on your screen. He's going to try and make a play, but he gets stopped, too. And pretty much now, Epsilon, they're holding this down. I mean, if they continue on this path, again, you said they're going to win this game, but there's still some time left on the clock for them to make something.
They need to go big here. They need to break this. Oh, huge kill there by Nameless. And that actually gives them a good shot at it now. I don't know. I think they use their life system. Can you go on Embo's screen real quick?
Here we go.
Embo still has his hustle. As you can see, he's pretty much 3/4 way. That was a huge break because John was actually really close to getting his streaks. So it's gonna be pretty much a tie game going to this last hill. And I believe the only streak we have on anyone right now is Embo's with a Hellstorm, and he's 1 kill away from racking him up again. Ooh, that was a huge kill. He should have been way more patient on that. And now, as you can see, UNiTE is completely across the map. So the streak's gonna have to be used really, really importantly. They gotta get kills. They gotta get their kills around the hill. The guy on the hill is gonna die, but the other kills are what's going to matter here.
Yeah, it's going to be that guy who actually ran inside. Nameless on your screen here as he's going to try and get this time. 2 points left. Nameless trying to go big. Finds one. He's going to get taken out. And Bo's on your screen. That player had to have seen him. And he gets taken out as well. Only a couple of seconds left on the clock. It's going to be running away from them. And I don't think they're going to be able to take this one out.
They need 4 down here. They need 4. They have a good shot at it. They have a good chance still. It's not over. They need to clear out this hill really quick.
They need him.
They still have a chance. They can't let him contest. This is the part. And this is where Epsilon's going to get really antsy. You have to run right through it. And they can't. The contest, that was game. That's
game over. UNiTE Gaming is going to have to take a seat, unfortunately. It was a valiant effort, but what a close game, man. 206 to 197. The Epsilon train moves on.
UNiTE should have been aggressive through that main choke point because Epsilon had no choice. That the main play there was to contest, and actually they got a bit lucky because if they weren't really patient on, they just ran through one choke point and tried to force their way through. But if someone on UNiTE was actually challenging that, they were both sitting on like corners opposite side, so they were allowing him to cut off like little fractions of a seconds on the hill, which ended up costing them the game.
Wow, what a game there, man. I definitely did not expect that by any means. It was a very close one. Parasite and company, they looked very good. Like, they were controlling the game, but there were just questionable plays there, questionable calls that were made. Lightning strikes were used at the most, I guess,
the streaks were the story of that game.
Yeah, I mean, really. Embo's, he did a good job with that Hellstorm at the end. There wasn't really much he could have done there because take out that one player and hope that his teammates were going to be in a spot, which they were. But like you said, they need to get aggressive. And at the end as well, Parasite came around the side by Market, and that was another thing that really messed them up too.
The really key thing on the last hill is really the Lightning Strike is much better than a Hellstorm. A Hellstorm will take out 1 on the hill, maybe 1 or 2 in purple if you do it right, but they still controlled both sides of the map, which is what effectively they did because UNiTE had control of the church hill, so on near church, and the rotation was kind of like spread out. Not really went for the top or the bottom. So even though they call their only streak on the middle hill, they didn't break the sides, which is like made UNiTE spawn across the map still, which was a big problem. And we saw Epsilon come out on top at the end. If you just take like obviously it's saying a lot for us because we see it from an overview perspective.
That's
but
true.
If they set a lightning strike at the end, maybe they can maybe pick those corners out, and then they would have come back. And
I do got to say though, for a team like UNiTE, that's kind of they don't have that much practice in comparison to Epsilon. You know, that was actually a pretty solid performance.
Yeah, for sure.
Epsilon's a team that many believe could very well go into the top 3, contest for the finals, maybe even win it. So it's like, for UNiTE to really take it to them like that, you definitely got to respect UNiTE in that regard.
That's all it's been this tournament. This tournament's only been that. Teams that you don't necessarily expect to come out on top.
Yeah.
And I mean, UNiTE, obviously, I'm not putting UNiTE on that level at all. UNiTE's a great team and definitely comparable to like the top teams, but it really came to the point where this event's been crazy, and the craziest is not stopping yet.
Atlanta's upset city, dude.
Pretty
much.
It's
insane. Well, Rambo, it was an absolute pleasure to cast with you once again, guys. Big shout out to Rambo. If you're not following him on Twitter already, you're doing it wrong. I mean, obviously you are, but it's at Rambo_Envy. Big shout out to the Envy boys as well. And I guess any shout outs for you, man?
Shout out obviously to my teammates. Obviously we didn't do the greatest event, but shout out to them. Shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to everyone really involved in this community. And shout out to you. Shout out to UMG, Jeff, all the people like it. This entire thing is fun, and like that's the thing some people sometimes forget is the fact that without these events we wouldn't be here today and we wouldn't be competing, and we need people like this and events like this to actually grow, and I'm really proud of everything that's been done.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much. Thank you for tuning in. Now guys, coming up next, and the viewers are all amazing.
Getting you guys.
We have a crazy matchup coming up next. I want to get your thoughts on this one. We have Team Caliber going up against the guys in Complexity. What do you got? Predictions. Give me one.
I just feel like Complexity is just a train right now. I just feel like they're just so good at hardpoint. Like, there's not one team out there that rotates hills better than they do. If you want to watch like rotations there, like we're definitely going to go over some stuff obviously in our game, but like Complexity does it so well, where they're so good as a team, which is what makes them scary. Like, you obviously have the crazy skill level that you need, but it's like the mix between the teamwork and the ability to make plays, and all of it just makes it such a hard team to beat.
It's going to be tough. Let's see if Caliber can come up on top, or is it going to be Complexity moving on to the finals, because this is the winner bracket finals. You're going to be joining myself and Revan as we're going to be calling the action, so don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. Winner bracket finals, Complexity versus Caliber. Tweet the stream. Let everyone know what's going on. It's UMG Atlanta, Elgato 10K. We'll see you after this.